And good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude. Welcome to First Sip, a special episode today. It's the energy bus into your workday. First Sip, 380 days in a row, along with the number one co-host in the upstate of South Carolina, starting at 7:55 a.m., Freddie at Bobcat. Good morning, Freddie.
Good morning, Danny, the average dude.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, it's a special day. The dude's got his hair. He put a little extra mousse on it. He's got the turtleneck on. I'm ready. I'm ready for a great day. How about yourself?
Oh, I woke up in a fantastic mood, ready to get after it, son.
Oh, let's go. And we have fantastic bus riders already piling on the bus, ready for the ride into the workday. Gary. Good morning, Gary, all the way from Texas. I wonder if he's riding into the office right about now. What you think?
I hope so. And I hope he has some leftover Brussels sprouts that he's going to heat up with his salmon at lunch in the break room.
Oh, we got to know. We got to know what's for lunch, Gary. Bijano, there's Joe, all the way from the Boston area, checking in with us. He's not too disappointed in the Pats. I mean, it's a young ball club. They're going to be back. The Patriots, they lost the Super Bowl. They're going to be back. Paul Pappy is here. Good morning, Paul Papp. Let's go. Our guest is here. That's fantastic. We're going to hear from this guy later, and he says good morning to everybody, and we're very excited to talk to Mr. Raw very soon. Vicky Watts, welcome to the bus.
V-dub.
Hey, look at this. I have not seen Mr. Arthur on the bus. I know this guy. Great to see you. Does great things in the manufacturing world, has a podcast. Great to see Mr. Field with us. And then a real hero, Aaron Jacobitz, Refrigeration Heroes, coming. Hey, did you see his video yesterday, his Monday morning mindset?
Yeah, I asked him a question on there.
I did too. I wanted to know the answer. There were several people. He looked like he was locked in and ready for the day. Speaking of getting ready for the day, we've done this for 380 days straight. Me and you like to get up. We like to work out a little bit. Talk to me about starting your day right, Fred. How do we do it?
I typically like to start my day early. I'm an early bird. I like to get up. I like to get moving. Today, I have a significant basketball game tonight I have to officiate. So this morning was, of course, 45 burpees because I'm doing 45 burpees for 45 days. That ends Saturday. Woo! Big stretch, hydration, physical activity, slow down, get your mind right, haul them children to school, come back, sit down with Danny, the average dude, Allison.
Hey, now that's one heck of a morning. Why do you put all this? I mean, you've got a family, you officiate basketball, you sell Bobcats. Why do you layer all this extra stuff, this stuff that makes it seems like that's a hard stuff that you're doing there? Why would you do that?
If I'm not doing something productive, I don't feel good. I do take time to rest, which is necessary. I do think wellness is key to being able to be as productive as you can, but I want to reach my max potential. What about you, Daniel?
I do too. Whatever that max potential is, and we talk about getting in the right frequency, getting in the right energy. You know, when you feel good, you play good. When you play good, good things happen. And so we talk about that on a regular basis, getting our mind right, getting in our best energy. It's different for everyone. And I think I'm going to have to ask our guest today, Stefan Iverson. So I've met a lot of folks on LinkedIn through the years. I've been swimming around and seeing different things. And occasionally you come across those folks that are doing something that really stands out, something that's really special, I would say. And so I came across something that I talked about on Friday, and that was raw speed networking. Raw speed networking. And I knew right away that this was something that had changed the game, and that was going to be a very effective thing. And so I'm very excited to have the person that founded Raw Speed Networking himself, Stefan Iverson. Welcome to the stage, Mr.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Great to be here, man. My name is Avivson.
Avivson, yes.
Okay. Nice to be here. I'm really excited. What a morning. So I guess we take a little sip.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's go.
I hope it's coffee, guys.
And now let me ask you this: you're a little ahead of us. You're not. It's not the morning time where you are. What time is it?
Well, it's around 1 o'clock right now. I'm situated just south of London in the United Kingdom.
Hey.
And I don't have a strong American accent. Neither do I have a strong British accent, because I'm from a little kingdom called Denmark that you might have heard of the past couple of months. We have a little island up north that we are discussing.
Yeah. Hey, it's funny. It's a small world. It's funny how we make connections.
Yeah.
And speaking of connections, I would say that you're a bit of a connection king. And the first question that I had for you is right here. How did it feel? How did it feel on Thursday when you saw 300 people taking part in something that was a brainchild, something that you've been thinking about? Now you've created it. You see all these happy people. How did that make you feel personally?
It made me feel young again, because the only thing I can resemble it with, just shortly so people know who I am, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I built 15 companies. I have 5 exits, and I have 2 bankruptcies as well. The past 10 years, I've been an advisor to mainly startups, but I help CEOs around the world. And I cannot, it's a handicap I have, I cannot not build new companies and ideas. And for the several last years, due to my own experience that I've now learned that half of us go through in a majority these days, it's called loneliness. And I even learned the 20-year-old and younger than 20-year-old, 80% of these youngsters feel generally lonely. And when I look at the world, I realize that's the problem. We've been disconnected. We thought social media would connect us all. But when you look at Facebook, even when you look at LinkedIn, this is at least a little attempt. But it's antisocial, you know. It's actually, we're old guys. It's weird to live now, because we say we are all connected, but we're not at all. So back in November, Michael Kainetsky, who co-created alongside me, he went to some networking events, and I went to some too, some online ones. And why I'm saying young is because when I was a young dude in little Denmark, I was a rock star. So I was performing on stages for thousands of people, and I, of course, enjoyed that a lot. But what I saw in people's eyes was the exact same excitement when you impress people with your voice or whatever, when you're performing for people and you do a great thing. But the beautiful part about this is I'm not the reason. The human connection is the reason. And we're back in October, November, when I attended these speed networking events, it was board member level speed networking. And I just thought, and pardon my French, I'm from Denmark, that's how it goes. I was just thinking, what the fuck is going on? Generally, what the fuck is going on? Everyone is pitching each other. Everybody's pitching each other constantly. And I don't get that, because when you ask someone, I do get it now, of course, is that I think COVID is the reason, because that's when we all went online and started speaking to a lot of people. And we got a little numb in our heads, because there are a lot of people that we don't really care about, but we need to speak to. So the common thing has now become that we ask, so what do you do, Fred? But what I really ask is, pardon my French once again, how long is your beep? And can I, by the way, use it for anything? And that's really sad. Not because it's small, Fred, but that's not what I'm trying to point out. That's not the conversation. But what the point is, how we connect with people is completely wrong. Because when you go back and think about sales, we are all three sales guys. We know, maybe we forgot, but we know the only way and the only time we actually sell something to someone is because we have a genuine human connection with them. And we remove that part out of the equation now. And I think the world is going bonkers with it, because it's just weird. So that's why we back in October said, okay, Michael and I, let's do a speed networking event. And we called it Raw Speed Dating, by the way. And that was weird, because we were mainly, we had two events, one for Europe and one for America. We had 20 people on each. It was a great success, of course, but not many ladies showed up.
Yeah, I can see that.
So he called it Raw Speed Dating to start. Let me just jump in here a little bit. He called it Raw Speed Dating to start, Fred. And I would like for Freddie, who's not quite as familiar, what's going through your mind as far as questions for Mr. Raw about what he's talking about there?
Well, what's funny is that he called it Raw Speed Dating, and anybody that probably has heard of speed dating before, you would think it's a nightmare, right?
Well, at least you would think it's romantic, and that's the reason why the women didn't attend. So we changed the name to Raw Speed Networking, and that's where the magic, the epiphany. It was actually on the day of Epiphany. It's a holiday in Germany and other places. I got the epiphany because I said, okay, Raw Speed Networking. That's got a long name. So we're going to call it RSN. And then I looked at it. And then I saw, shit, this is raw. This is the short of reason. Because the reason we don't meet up with other people is that we don't have the same reasons to meet. We don't have the same intention. And why Raw Speed Networking is such a success is simply because we are meeting up for a reason, to meet other people on a human level. And I assure you, because 85% of those this is worse than Coke. This is worse than weed. This is the greatest drug you can experience as a human, is when you revisit human connection. 85% of those people who attended, they come again. And now we have 3 events every month, and 40% of the people coming to the second and the third event are the people from the first event. It's because it's magic. It's magic to finally sit, especially when you're sales guys. It's like, wow, I don't have to sit and perform. I can just be a human. There's no restrictions. It's a bit what we did. We have 3 rules. Actually, I'm applying a 4th rule, but we have 3 rules. You cannot pitch, and you cannot sell, and I can't ask you, Freddie, what do you do? Because then the whole conversation begins in a wrong place. Because give me your performance, and then you have to perform.
Yeah.
And then the 4th rule that I'm applying is, you cannot talk about the weather.
That's a good rule.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's what people jump into when they don't know what to talk about.
Yeah.
It applies to all of us, but
It's
actually
cold outside.
the sun is shining here.
Yeah. Well, I was going to take you back, Mr. Raw. You had a sales pipeline over $1 billion. You've done a lot of deals. So this isn't just some idea that you had, hey, let's do this raw speed dating. You've done the real thing. You've made deals come together. Take us
I've done
into
a lot of deals throughout my life. Yes.
yeah.
And I've helped many and still do help many people around the world to teach them how to sell, to relearn how to sell, because I even wrote a book about it, because I realize people do not know how to speak to other people. People talk, and there's a great difference in between speaking and talking, and that's one part. But the dangerous part about selling is when you're not a sales guy. We salespeople, people in organizations hates us because they're doing that thing over there. But what we're really doing is that we're not selling. We are helping. We are helping getting the dots together. We are helping our potential clients achieve what they want to achieve with the products or services that we deliver. And that's also a thing. I think it's because of the internet and COVID and stuff like that. It all went to pitching. The greatest way to sell is to shut the hell up. That is to listen. And there's a whole chapter in my book actually called "Shut the Fuck Up," because that's where most salespeople they make the big mistake. When people start to go into the conversation and start talking about how they can see the product or service help their shit, then the salesperson or the bad ones keep talking, and that's where you fail. So. Yes, I know a little about selling, and from now on, I'll shut the fuck up.
No, I just think that it's great. I think that you obviously found a way to connect with people, to apply the very principles that you're now teaching others through this raw speed networking.
Yes, but Daniel, I'm not applying anything. I didn't invent this. We've been doing this for hundreds, thousands of years. This is when you think about it, connecting to each other is the only reason why humanity exists. When you think deep about it, I've been thinking a lot about it the past 4 months, I tell you, but it's the foundation of humanity that we communicate, whether it's locally in our local tribe, in our local village, in our local neighborhood, or if it's online, if it's at work, if it's at the kids' school, or what the hell it is. Everything all comes down to one thing, and that is connecting on a human level. And when you know how to connect on a human level with other people, then you won't feel lonely. It's the greatest medicine and the greatest drug. I have 400 people's feedback on that. I have so many people, I can't count now, that wrote me and my partner, this is the greatest online event I've ever been to. And we're like, great, but it's not us. No, it's not us. We just enable people to start talking as we are supposed to be talking to each other.
Absolutely.
So what I love, Joseph.
Yeah, he's got a question, and we're going to throw him up here, and he wants to know, what do you love and why?
I learned very, I would say, late in my life. What I really love and what I had to go through was, first of all, I had to build $1 billion company, fail with it, and have my mother die of cancer, and have a couple of years in depression, living in a black cloud, pretty hard, but I hated having a depression. So I think I saw and read all the books and all the videos and all the material you can find in regards to depression. But there was one guy on a YouTube reel. This is 12 years ago. A YouTube reel before a reel was even a reel. So it was a short movie back then. But it was this Indian shaman who said, what makes you most happy is by helping other people without asking anything in return. And I said, fuck it, let me try it. And I started helping people without asking anything in return, because that's the problem, that you expect something in return. As long as you expect anything in return, you get nothing out of it. And then a couple of years ago, that was because then I had some ghostwriters poaching me and say, hey, I want to write your book and blah, blah, blah. So I started mapping out my life, and I needed to find this Indian guy. So I asked them, this was in the early ChatGPT days, I asked ChatGPT, who's famous for stating what makes you most happy is by helping other people without asking anything in return? And Miss ChatGPT replied, Oprah Winfrey. So I thought it was an Indian who helped me, but it was Oprah.
That's been around a while. I can't give Oprah credit on that.
I know. I tell you what, don't give those credits to anybody. Hey, we've got a lot of great people. Let's see what Joe says here. Want to think deep. Yes, it's human connections, all connecting with God in a purpose other than this life, to know that life is eternal. Okay, and Jesus gave us a blueprint. Love God and others. Let's see what Vicky says. Connection is great medicine. You can create a collective genius. A collective genius. What do you think she means by collective genius?
You know what? I also realized because we had a few. Now you can't say psychopaths anymore because that doesn't exist on a clinical level. So sociopath. It's the same shit anyway. I realize our speed networking events. We don't have any sociopaths because they only care about themselves. I had one. I knew that actually I knew he was a little off the rails, and he told me, "Yeah, I loved it, man." And I so you come in again? No, I don't think I have time for that. Because he didn't get it.
He didn't get it.
He didn't get it. And why he didn't get it is because he doesn't have empathy. And then I realized if we can teach the world, or at least inspire the world to be more empathetic. The point is, you can't sit with a little bunny and say, "Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's so cute." You're not going to rip it apart and eat it afterwards because you're empathetic towards the bunny. So if we get more empathy into people's lives, we will become less evil. Imagine if Trump actually had empathy, stuff like that. The world would be better. If leaders of the world had more empathy, it would be better. But I believe it doesn't come from the top. This comes from everyone. And that's what I see. I want us to have a mission for, is to create more empathy. Because if we create more empathy, we will have less war. Because people would actually be talking about the problems instead and solving them instead of throwing fire at each other.
It's all connected, right? I think that's what Mr. Raw is saying. Human beings are in everything. So sales is life. It's human connection. It's what Andy says here. Without human connection, I'm lost. I have to have it in my life, especially my F3 brothers. Fred,
Mhm.
Fred, what comes to your mind when you hear some of these things talking about connection and some of these things?
Well, have you ever watched the show Undercover Billionaire?
Yeah.
So that Mr. Raw, if I took you to a city where you had never been, I gave you a junker vehicle and $100 and said, there you go. In 90 days, I need $1 million business.
Mhm.
What would you do?
Well, first of all, I would read my book, of course, because I need to do some advertising for that. But jokes aside, what I would do.
That's the book. That's the book, by the way.
Yeah,
How you speak
but
to
the point
customers.
is in the book, because my book is built on something I found back in Corona, a huge discrepancy in regards to most companies and offerings, if you may. What most people forget too is to speak to their customers. They're actually paying customers. I even have stats on it, because I delivered over 200. I call them reality checks, where you find the raw value proposition of a company. When you ask a CEO, or you ask 5 founders, or you ask a sales team of 5 people or 10 people, you ask them one simple question: why do you think our customers buy from us? If you have 5 people, you'll get 4 different answers. It's quite crazy. The fun part is, if you go out and just ask the last 20 customers you closed, and you ask them, why did you buy from us? Then always at least 80% of all your customers will say the same. Now, the crazy thing, what the customers agree on, only 4 out of 100 CEOs know that.
I believe that.
And shit runs down. So if the CEO doesn't know, no one knows. And it's quite weird, because all you need to do, I ask that all my clients, by the way, whether it's American clients, Australian clients, or whatever, go back and talk to your existing clients and ask them, why did you actually buy from me?
Well, that's a good one.
It's a very good one. And the other, so I can't do that because it's a new town. What I would start doing is to ask people, what would you like? And with whatever they like, let's say you like to have green apples, just to say something weird, then I would go to the next guy and I would ask, hey man, I'm selling green apples. Is this something you would like to talk to me about? And then some of the guys would say no. Some of them would say yes eventually. But when people say no, you ask them, why don't you want to talk to me about green apples? And then you people don't ask that next why. That deepening question that comes after the first question.
Yeah.
Most of them will probably say, listen, I don't like the green apples. I'm more into red apples. So then I would ask the third guy, hey man, I have a variety of apples. Is this something you would like to talk to me about? Actually, yeah. Now we have a conversation about apples, and now I'm finding out, why do you want apples?
Love that.
And before you know it, after I've spoken to 200 people in the village, everybody will be eating apples, man.
I can't tell you how many times I've asked the people at my store one more question. Just ask the customer one more question.
One more question. And I love, this is just something, after meeting Mr. Raw and thinking about some of these things, we connect with people. We get information. We have a conversation. The deals are in the data. What he's saying there is ask good questions, extract what they really believe. And when you're really connected, you're going to get the truth. And if you get the truth of what they're thinking, again, it's the information, the data that leads to the deals. And so connection first.
It's funny. The most funky topic these days is called product market fit. Everybody's talking about product market fit, and there's actually no theory about what product market fit is. It was a tweet from some venture capitalist 20 years ago. He tweeted it, and then everybody, because he's a rock star, everybody started talking about it. But product market fit, in essence, is pretty simple. It's when you start selling what your customers want to buy. And that's the truth. That's the alignment. And the only way you can find that alignment is by asking. And I would say, Fred, don't ask them a last question. Just ask them that last question. That makes it more human even.
Yeah.
I think that there's been a lot that we've heard and taken from today, that if we're in sales or if you're a human being, right? I mean, you don't have to be in sales. We talk about everybody is in sales in some way. And in the most important way, it's that we need to connect with other human beings.
Amen.
So whether that's getting a coffee, whether that's the Uber driver, whether that's Mr. Raw, or whoever it is that we connect with, see them deeper than that surface level. We look at other people sometimes and just see the reflection of ourselves. And I think when I hear this, it's take another look and see them. So I think this has been great stuff. I want to thank you for joining us this morning. And I always give it to my co-host, Freddie Blanton, for a final thought. So Fred, what you got for us?
Final thought. This is something that I did see. Today is Tyler Pappy's 16th birthday. Tyler, your dad is a rock star. Happy birthday.
I love that. Hey, Paul Pappy's a great bus rider, a great person to connect with. Connect with Mr. Raw and read his doggone book. Okay, we didn't talk about it. I was a little bit why do our customers, I'm sorry, read his book. I'm going to find it. Hey, there it is. Put it up there. How to speak to customers. How you speak to customers. Stefan Avivson. And hey, thanks so much, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.